No.
Just so that if somebody's not here and wants to be, they have an opportunity to, it's so hot. All right. So what does anybody want? You want me to tell you about the exam?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
And I would like to know if this week's material will be on the exam as well.
It will. This week's material is chapter 5, right?
Which is due today? Or you said the answer key would be due today?
No, it's due to normal time, which is what, Sunday night?
Correct.
But I gave you the answers.
Okay.
So you
That
probably,
confused me a little bit.
what?
That confused me a little bit. So it's still due, but you're going to give us the answers to it on Wednesday.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry. Let me
So
try.
she said it's still.
Let me try these, okay?
Am I the only one confused by that? Was I the only one confused by that?
I didn't see that the answers were being
It's
given.
still due on Sunday. He's just giving us the answers early because of the exam.
So we're just all going to get it right then, I'm assuming, right? That means we're getting the answers, we're going to fill it out, we're going to check them, we're going to send them on Wednesday, and we'll be correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
That was a tough time. I was.
I mean, I turned mine in early, so I might not get them all right.
the assumption is that you probably get a good grade since you have the answers, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
This seemed a little too easy.
I just didn't want, I didn't want you to have chapter 5 material on the exam without having had some of the homework and the solutions to the homework. So, and I couldn't see any other way of doing it other than to just give you the answers to the homework. So
Great
I
idea.
gave you the answers to the homework.
Thank you for that.
I mean, you know, it's only, what are they, 10 points or something? You know, and this is not about an exercise in trying to make your life difficult. This is all about just trying to learn something, right? You know, I mean, we're all grown-ups, so let's just try and learn something and get on with our lives. So the exam, so the homework questions are out there, you know. So just so you know the material, right? The exam will be, and also, you know, it's a pain in the ass to correct them all. You know, we have what, 17 students, and if there's 10 questions, you know, it takes me a long time to look at everybody's work. So it helps me out a little bit too. The exam will be 5 questions, and go figure, there's 5 chapters, right? So there'll be 5 questions, just like drawn from the chapter questions in the textbook, just like the homeworks, you know. And I'm going to grade it just like the homeworks, you know. And normally, and I think you've probably figured this out, normally what I do is I look at your homework, and you know, if you miss a little bit on one, I take off maybe a half a point. If you miss a little bit on, you know, 2, I might take off a point. If you really miss, you know, I take off a point and a half, right? So everybody sort of should be running around between 8.5 and 9.5 points on the homework. I imagine the exam will be similar. You know, I'm just going to look at, you know, how well are you grasping the material, you know? And I think that if you do the homework and then you look at the answer key and you see, oh, I see where I missed. And that's, you know, the half a point or the point that I lost. So the exam will be just like that. And there's a time limit on it though. I think you've got to get it done in maybe 15 minutes. I can't find my cursor. Let me look.
I think it's 3 hours.
3 hours sounds about right, but I don't want to midterm. Time limit, 3 hours. So it opens tonight at midnight, right? Thursday at 12 a.m. And then it closes at 11:45 p.m. on Sunday. So you may choose to do it whenever you wish between now and 11:45 it's on Sunday night. But whenever you start it, you'll just have 3 hours to do the 5 questions. I don't think it'll be onerous, you know? Of course, if you start it at 11 on Sunday night, you're only going to have 45 minutes. And believe me, I have had undergraduates say, hey, the exam cut me off after 45 minutes. I don't understand what the problem is. And that's exactly what the problem is. So, how is everybody enjoying the course? Is it okay? We
It's
learning?
very eye-opening.
Is it?
Yes.
In what way?
I'm actually a little bit shocked about how much you pay on a mortgage and interest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some interesting questions, right? I try to
Mhm.
make it sort of useful for grown-ups, you know. One of the things I thought was interesting, and the question is like, you know, should you buy the car? You know, they have 0% financing, or you know, so you buy the car with 0% financing, but borrow the money from your credit line or your you know, home equity, and then pay it off that way. But I since read some stuff that said never tell the dealer you want, you know, to pay it off early. So anyway, but yeah, some of the questions are kind of interesting in that respect. And then there's that dude that buys coffee every day.
Mhm.
And how much would he save if he didn't buy his coffee every day? That's a good question too, right?
Yeah, that one had me thinking for sure. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I don't need Netflix and Hulu.
So what should I change about the course?
I think
That
it's
much, huh?
fine. Mhm.
Is it the right amount of material each week?
I think so. I actually do go and read the full chapter or chapters that you put out there. So I think between reading the chapters and doing the work in Moodle, the videos and everything, I think it's the right amount.
How long does it take?
So for me personally, okay, so it'll take me, 2 or 3 days to get through the reading, just between work and all of that. So 2 or 3 days. Um, and like it probably takes me a couple of days to get through all the work in Moodle as well. And that's just from, again, kind of multitasking, if you would. Um, I think in the beginning, it took me a second to get my schedule right, where I wasn't on Thursday trying to get to the homework to answer the question, to do the study group questions and things. So it took me a second just to kind of get around, readjust my schedule to kind of start on the weekend before, kind of. Yeah.
I'm
That's a,
with Tamika on that. I'm usually finished with the week's work by like Thursday. So I'll start reading that next chapter or two on Thursday or Friday. It takes me a day per chapter and then a day for the videos because then I do the videos after I read it. And then I start probably the actual homework on Monday and then I'm usually done by like Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's a good schedule.
ahead of the game.
Yeah. Now I
You
do have a
guys,
question on the book.
okay.
So I know you had given a supplemental book as well in the material.
Oh, did I?
Maybe that answers my question. I was gonna say, what's in there? Do we need? I mean, I know I haven't needed it thus far, but I didn't know if maybe it gave problems with answers and questions to practice, or if we really didn't need it.
No, I can't even remember. Supplemental. Oh, supplemental. Yeah, that's financial modeling. It's just a, I think I have it here. Hang on.
It's a big book.
Okay, I have it here, and I've not really used it. It's more complicated problems. So it's more advanced stuff to do. You know, I'm looking, just look through it. There's more accounting concepts, weighted average cost of capital, financial analysis, portfolio models, estimating data in the security market line. It's like if you want to learn more, you know, and yeah. And well, you know, to be perfectly honest, you know, to put it in the syllabus makes it look good, right? Yeah. So it makes it look like, oh, this is professional stuff here, you know. Does that
Good
answer your
decision.
question?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Anybody want to buy a book?
Oh, you didn't buy it, did you?
Yeah, I bet.
I find that most students, especially the undergraduate, they don't even have the books. They don't even buy the books anymore. Now, I would have, especially when I went back to school, you know, older, as an older person, I bought all the books. And I kind of have a big book collection, which I like, you know. And so I did buy the book too. But the younger kids, they don't buy any books. Then they'll come to me, you know, would it have helped if I bought the book? I'm like, you know,
Oh my gosh.
so.
Yeah. I figured I was just gonna wait until I saw you give a reading in it in Moodle. But you never did, so I never bought it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, Brian.
Sorry.
So, what else?
I do have a homework question for this
Oh,
week.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I just don't, maybe you can explain to me why we're doing it that way. And it's specifically for the origination fee and the discount points question. So when we figure out the net mortgage and we figure out the effective annual interest rate, when we figure out the net mortgage received, we multiply the mortgage principal with 1 minus the mortgage points over 100 minus the mortgage or the origination fee. Why do we subtract that from 100 when we divide it? I just could not figure that out. I just,
Can you show
I don't know
me-
if I'm explaining that right.
Can you tell me which one it is?
Sure, it's number, where is it?
Exercise 4, chapter 5, number 9 is what the tab says.
Yes, that's that one. The processing cost and the mortgage points. It was 1.5 mortgage points with processing costs of $750. But in the text, it's a percentage point. I figured out how to do it, but I just wanted to get an explanation on why why is the formula that way for the net mortgage received. But yes, it is exercise 4 in chapter 5.
Oh,
So we end up getting less of the mortgage in the beginning because it subtracts it.
yeah. Yeah, because you got to take the points off when you get a mortgage.
So why are we dividing it 100 minus the, what is it? The processing costs. Or the origination fee. I think those are
No, I
the
think it was
same
the
terms.
processing cost.
Is it process?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because that particular problem, it's in a dollar amount, but in the text, it's in a percentage. And I think the formula would be you would divide it 100 minus the percentage. I just wanted to know why we're doing that.
I'd have to think about it,
Okay.
you know? This is chapter 5. I'd have to think about this for. Can I do that and come back to you?
Yes, yes. Because the way I think I did it is I converted it to a percentage. So I got 0.75% in that problem. And then I subtracted that from 100. I think that's the right answer, or the way doing it. But yes, you could. I'm just interested to know.
Oh, the processing cost as a percentage, you did 0.75, and the points as a percentage are 1.5 points. Yeah, is that what you did?
Yes, the
Yeah.
mortgage points was 1.5, and the processing points or cost, I made it into a 0.75%.
Right. Yeah, that's the way it should be done.
But we're subtracting that from 0.7 or from 100.
Hmm. Yeah, let me think about it.
Okay, thank you. It was just driving me nuts. I'm like, why are we doing it? Why are we doing that?
Oh, I'm looking in this stupid book, which is the wrong book. Oh, I'm looking in the, I'm thinking, why is there nothing in this chapter on that, about that? Oh, okay, yeah. All right, let me look at it and come back to you rather than taking everybody's time.
Okay.
And I'll tell everybody, you know?
I have
Anybody
a
other-
question.
And you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question with last week's homework,
Uh-oh.
exercise 6. The answer key for the monthly payment, it actually it multiplied the monthly interest rate by the principal, but when I turned in my homework, I had turned it in with the payment function, which includes the loan term in months 24. And so I'm just wondering, how do I know when to use the payment function and when to just multiply the monthly interest rate by the principal?
Did they both return the same answer?
No. The monthly payment, the monthly interest rate multiplied by the principal is 1,500. And then the payment function returns 7,061.02.
What is the payment function?
So that like changed the whole thing because I was like, no, you shouldn't, because it costs more to do with the consultancy fee. But if we do it with the 1,500 for the monthly payment, well then yes, because the consultancy fee is less than the benefit from refinancing.
What's the chapter and question?
It's chapter 4, number 5, and it's exercise 6. If you want, I can share my screen so you can see it.
No, I got it here. I finally got it here. It's a loan of $1 million.
It is, the principal is $150,000.
Oh. This is exercise, which one?
6. Exercise 6.
Okay, share your screen. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay. Oh, it looks like you have to enable participant
do,
screen
yeah.
sharing.
Try it now.
Okay, so this was the answer from the answer key. It had just this principal multiplied by the monthly interest rate. I had originally I had calculated it by using the payment formula, which came up with a much larger number.
Okay. Your monthly payment was
Yeah.
$7,000.
Yes, but the answer key has 1,500.
Is it because it's an interest-only loan? Do you use a payment function on interest-only loans for the monthly payments?
Is that what it is, an interest-only loan?
Mhm.
So the payment function, let me just have a look at that. That's going to rate, number of periods, and the present values. Constant payments and a constant interest rate. Yeah, so this is going to give you a crazy amount when, if it's just if they want to know the interest, the monthly payment for the interest, you know?
Mhm. Okay, so when it's interest-only loan is when I just use the principal and the monthly interest rate and just ignore the loan term months.
No, hang on. What's the question? Hang on. This is week 3.
Yes.
Oh, there were a lot of questions that week, weren't there?
Probably
Yeah,
mostly from
interest-only
me.
loan, refinancing. You took an interest-only loan. Loan carries a 1% monthly rate, and the loan principal is 150,000. So you're only paying the interest on that each month. So 1% per month, that's $1,500.
Okay. Tricky,
You can't
tricky.
use a payment function. Because the payment function is calculating the value of the principal of the loan as well.
So I would just have to get rid of the number of payments to use that. Oh, I did that wrong.
I don't even think it'll do it, but maybe it will.
Yeah.
Try it.
It didn't do it.
No, it wouldn't do it for, that calculates a payment based on the interest, on the principal as well.
Okay. All right. So that answers that.
Hmm.
And the payment is so high because that formula is saying this is the payment on a 24-month loan of principal and interest, is the way your
That's
current
right.
formula is.
That's right.
Okay. And
Anything-
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to move on from this question. So
Oh, okay.
if you had something else, I didn't want to move on.
No.
Okay. So while I have the floor, I just wanted to ask for the crossover rate. I noticed in the answer key, it had like a whole table, but I didn't have that. If we do get a crossover rate question on the midterm exam, do you want the whole table shown?
No,
Or just
you got
results?
credit, right? I gave you
Yeah.
credit for 1333, right?
Oh, yeah. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Thanks. Okay.
Bring you back here. Okay, what else we got? I think it's clear that I'm not that concerned about specifics. I just want everybody to learn and, I don't think I grade that harshly. Okay. Everybody's good?
One more question.
One more
So
question.
so how should I refer to you? Is it Professor Gallagher? Professor, what do you like to be called?
Mike.
Mike? Okay. Okay.
No, that's whatever. Professor Gallagher's fine.
Okay.
Mike is fine. My wife calls me Michael. Yeah, and usually I'm in trouble. All right. Well, if you have any other questions, I've got to look up something. What was the question I was going to look up? Chapter 5, something.
I think it's this week 4. Was it the one where she was talking about the processing cost? On the
Oh,
mortgage?
yeah.
Yeah, it's exercise 4 of this week.
Yeah.
Week 4.
Okay, let me look at that. All right, everybody. If you have any other questions, just shoot me an email or whatever. And good luck with it. And, we'll have another Zoom session before the final, which is the same stuff. We just move along.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Nice to
Bye.
meet
Thank
you all.
you. You too.
too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.